Stay on the line.
And there's a lady with a gun.
There's a lady with a gun? Where?
Yes. It's coming out of the house right now. Two
Okay.
people shot outside.
Okay.
People shot outside.
Okay. Where is the lady with the gun?
On the afternoon of Friday, June 24th, 911 dispatchers in Katy, Texas, received a call from a witness to a terrible and tragic crime.
Is she still shooting?
No, it's not shooting, but it's the gun in her hand.
A terrified neighbor reached out to 911 when 42-year-old Christy Sheats opened fire on her suburban family. It was the breakdown of a marriage which would end in tragedy. Welcome to True 911 Cases, where we uncover the stories behind real 911 calls. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. It really helps us more than what you would think. Also, please be advised that the video that you are about to see is about real-life people in real-life situations, and it contains violent content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Please fire EMS.
Yes, we need an ambulance right away. Two people believe they're shot.
It is the kind of call that no one ever imagines having to make. Christy Sheats' panicked neighbor finds himself describing the astonishing sight of seeing the woman next door shooting at two other women, who will later turn out to be her own daughters.
Is she still shooting?
No, it's not shooting, but it's the gun in her hand. I ran to the back of my house.
Okay. Do you know who the lady is?
They're my neighbors.
Okay. And the people that she shot, do you know them?
No,
are
ma'am.
they her? Okay.
Abre la puerta.
Are you with the patients right now?
No, because the lady...
The caller runs to the back of his house and tries to describe the shooter to the police dispatcher, but is clearly upset.
What is she wearing?
Quédate ahí.
What is she wearing?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had to run to the back.
Okay, I understand. What is she? Can you describe her for me? What is she? White, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
No, she's a Caucasian.
Okay.
Go back there.
Okay. What is she wearing?
She's wearing a dress.
What color dress?
Let me try to picture the window. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Don't put yourself in danger though. But do you remember what color her dress was?
She's wearing a purple dress.
Purple dress.
Yes.
When he realizes he doesn't have the information the dispatcher needs, the caller goes back to look through the window in order to help identify the shooter.
Where are the patients?
They're in the street. They're in the middle of the street.
Okay.
I was London.
It's two people laying in the street?
Two ladies laying in the street.
Two females?
The dispatcher tries to ascertain the safety of the two women who were shot, referring to them as patients. But the patients are lying in the middle of the street already.
Okay.
Yeah, two females. And there's a guy trying to help them. But the lady is on the top of one of them with a gun on her hand.
Okay, but the suspect is on top of one of the females on the street?
Yeah, she's on the street, just standing up.
She's standing over at one of the patients with the gun?
Yes.
Caller identifies a man, Christy Sheats' husband, Jason, trying to help the girls, but Sheats has remained on top of one of her daughters and is continuing to shoot.
It looks like both of them are alive. Both of the shot person, there's two ladies, they're both alive, but
okay.
She tried to shot again. She's trying to shoot again on the top of her, but apparently she don't have no more. Apparently she don't have any more bullets.
Okay, yeah.
Desperately, the caller tries to confirm that the girls are still alive, but then Sheats begins shooting again.
On the line, let me know what you see. But don't.
Okay.
I don't
She's going inside. She's going inside the house now. Hopefully, it's not getting any more bullets because she looks like she's going to look for more bullets.
Panicked, the caller watches Sheats return to the house, presumably for more bullets.
I don't know where the guy went, but apparently she's yelling at her, and they're talking back and forth.
Describe the guy.
The guy is also. They're all Caucasians.
Okay.
There is a moment of uncomfortable calm. Both Christy and Jason Sheats have disappeared. The caller hears yelling in the distance. The operator uses this lull to try and establish the identity of the victims and the perpetrator.
She's trying to shoot again on the top of her, but Apparently she doesn't have no more. Apparently she don't have any more bullets.
Okay, yeah, I do too, sir. Just stay on the line and let me know what you see.
The caller lets the operator know that Sheats tried to keep shooting, but seemingly has run out of ammunition. The caller lets the operator know that the perpetrator has gone back inside. She speculates she's going to look for more bullets.
I don't know where the guy went, but apparently he's yelling at her, and they're talking back and forth.
The caller mentions that he doesn't know where Jason went, but he can hear yelling between Jason and Christy.
I'm the guy.
The guy is also, they're all Caucasians.
Okay. Okay, and so the two females and the male is Caucasian.
Yes, all four of them.
Okay.
The operator asks the caller to give a description of the male suspect. The caller informs the operator that the suspects and the victims are all Caucasian.
The male
she's coming out. She's coming back again.
But then Sheats comes back.
Coming back again with apparently she has bullets now on her.
Okay, stay on the line.
Oh, he shot her again. She shot her
She
again.
shot her again?
Yes, from the back. She was trying to run.
She shot the female again that was...
Yes, they was laying down on the floor. She shot her from the back.
The caller groans as he watches Sheats shoot her daughter for a second time, in the back, as she was trying to run.
Okay, stay on the line.
You're shooting again, they're running down the street. Adrián, ¿dónde estás? No, bájate, Adrián. Porque es más arriba, más fácil que se vaya una bullet. ¿Por qué te fuiste para allá? Vente para acá.
Sir, what do you
Yes,
see? What is she doing now?
There's a kid, lay down on the floor.
Okay, sir.
Lay down on the floor, Adrián.
Yeah, make sure your family is secure. Don't let anyone see you looking out the window, okay? Can anyone see you?
Caller watches Sheats run, then becomes distracted by his own family and frantically tries to ensure the safety of his son. Though the operator is anxious to understand what's happening, she prioritized the safety of the caller and his family before proceeding.
No, that's her address.
Okay.
I can hear her. I don't see them anymore, but there's bullets. I can hear bullets, and she's laying down on the floor now.
The female that was shooting is laying down?
Yes.
The caller stops being able to see the shooter, but can hear gunshots, and the next thing he sees is Sheats lying on the ground.
Did she shoot herself?
I don't know. I just see her down on the floor now, but I don't know what happened because I had to run to take my son to safety.
Okay. Did she shoot herself?
Apparently she did.
You think she shot herself?
Apparently she shot herself. Yes.
Okay. Then is she
I
moving?
don't. She's moving. Yes.
Okay.
The operator attempts to determine whether Sheats has shot herself or if there is additional shooter to be concerned about. The caller maintains incredible self-possession. As he cannot see the police officer who has arrived on the scene, he believes that Sheats has shot herself, but then loses sight of her for a moment while he tries to get his son to safety. He believes that Sheats is still alive for a moment.
You know, it doesn't look like she's moving anymore.
Okay. Okay, sir, I'm so sorry you're saying this, but just stay on the line.
The operator can hear the exhaustion and sadness in the caller's voice when he sees Sheats stop moving.
Yes.
Okay, what do you see now? Are the two females still laying in the street?
I can't see them. I have to take my son to safety. Hold on a second, please.
Okay, no problem. If you have to take your family to safety, then don't worry about going back to the window.
The caller has to stop again to make sure his son is safe. The operator insists that he prioritize his and his family's safety.
Quédate aquí. En el closet, aquí está bien. Ya está bien, ella ya se disparó la que estaba disparando. Okay, pero con cuidado, Mencha, okay? Nosotros estamos bien.
Okay, sir.
The operator overhears the caller speaking in Spanish to his son to try and reassure him.
Do you happen to know the names of these people? Do you know your neighbors?
No, I don't know them by names or anything.
Okay.
The operator asks the caller if he knows the names of his neighbors. The caller informs the operator that he does not know their names.
Okay, preciosa. Sorry, preciosa. Pero no te vayas para arriba nunca, okay? Cuando vayas así, algo así.
The caller speaks to his son in Spanish, which we and the operator hear.
I'm sorry. I had to call my son because he's trying to.
And I'm so sorry you had to see that, sir. I'm so sorry you had to see that. They're on the way. Just let me know what you see. If you see anything change, let me know. We have multiple deputies on the way, okay?
Okay.
The caller rejoins the operator after calming his son. He has told him that he would never shoot him and that he would never do that to him. You can hear the compassion in the operator's voice when she tells him that she's sorry he's had to witness this and reassures him that help is on the way.
Okay, the deputies are arrived already.
Okay.
Finally, the caller can see that the deputies have arrived. Unbeknownst to him, 911 was able to dispatch help to the scene sooner than he'd realized, and the shot, which proved fatal to Christy Sheats, was fired by an officer when she refused to lower her weapon. Later, Sheets' husband Jason would tell police that the gun had been given to her by her deceased grandfather. She had applied for and been denied a license to carry. In the weeks after the shooting, investigators were able to unravel and reconstruct a timeline of events that led up to the tragedy. In the process, much would come to light about Sheets' increasingly unhappy marriage. Christy has struggled with mental health issues for some time, and Jason was also nearing the end of his rope. Authorities had been called to the house 14 times since 2012, but Christy had no history of violence prior to the day of the shooting. Earlier that day, she and Jason had been arguing by text. He told her earlier in the day that he wanted a divorce and then reiterated it when he had arrived home. When Christy called a family meeting with him and their 2 daughters, Jason said he believed it was to discuss their imminent divorce. However, when the family was assembled, Christy had pulled out her grandfather's .38 and shot at her 2 daughters, who had run out the front door with their father. Outside, 17-year-old Madison collapsed and died of her wounds. 22-year-old Taylor kept running and was shot at a second time, at which point Christy returned inside to reload the gun, all of which was observed by their neighbor who had called 911 in the hopes of saving their lives. Police arrived in time to see Christy Sheats re-emerge and shoot Taylor for the 3rd and final time. They ordered Sheats to drop her gun, and when she did not comply, fired once. Christy Sheats was pronounced dead at the scene. Madison was also dead. Taylor was airlifted to Memorial Hermann Hospital, where she died from her injuries. She had just graduated with honors from the Lone Star College and was due to marry her long-term boyfriend days later. Madison would have been a senior in high school. In the aftermath of these terrible events, Madison Davey, a close friend of the family, would tell an ABC affiliate that, "I always knew something would happen, but I never thought she would do this. Christy was toxic for the family. She was mentally unstable." A longtime friend of Taylor Sheats would go on to say, "I just have them in my prayers and I have them in my thoughts. I will always be thinking about them." Catherine Knowles, another longtime friend of the family, told Time magazine, "This woman loved her children. That was her life purpose. That was her pride. That was her joy," before adding, "Christy wasn't crazy. I don't know what could have made her snap. To do this, it's insanity, the whole thing." Authorities later revealed that Christy Sheats had been hospitalized 3 times following suicide attempts and had a history of mental illness, for which she was being treated with medication. Christy Sheats' husband, Jason, was left unharmed. He later told police that this was intentional. He believed that she had spared him so that he would have to live with the pain for the rest of his life. No doubt, Christy Sheats' neighbor and his son will also remember the events of June 24th for the rest of their lives. Thank you for joining us for this episode of 911 True Cases. If you found this case interesting, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you next time.